Very good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's Redington virtual session. The topic for today's session is delivering everything as a service. The presenter for today's session is Norman. And during the session, if you have any questions, please put them in the Q&A tab on the left, and they'll be answered at the end of the session. Norman, over to you, please.
All right, thank you, Rakesh. Hi, my name is Noman. Actually, I am working in Redington as a pre-sales specialist. Those who don't know Redington is basically a distributor, in fact, a value-added distributor for multiple brands and HPE hybrid. HPE means Hewlett Packard is one of the growing brands, which is the part of the portfolio. I must start this presentation on a thank you note because I am very much overwhelmed with the response and the level of opportunities the partners have came up with, and where there is a very big positive response for these sort of series going on. The message of everything as a service is by the CEO of HPE, Antonio Neri. He says that by 2022 or 2023 HP would be offering its complete portfolio. Complete portfolio means even if you talk about servers, storage, Aruba, softwares, whatever HP has to offer can be offered not only on the capex but also as a service of offerings as well. So that's why this is the agenda of this particular presentation, and we'll just start in a while. Okay, why it's so much important and why people are actually adapting the this particular change, which is like known as a service model. Before starting to and digging into it, okay, let's see what are the building blocks in any organization, in every business. If we talk about it, is like the HP says that it can be drilled down into three fundamental pillars. One, in every business, the most important thing to drive the business is the people. Enabling people is very much important. Second important aspect is speaking about the technology. It Every business must be having a competitive advantage if they are on the right technology and current technology path. And third and the most important thing is economics. Economics means that what business agility they are looking for. Either are they in a position to just have the applications provision as they required, or they need to have the slower economics, because economics would definitely drive a competitive advantage for any business. So these are the three important pillars. First, technology. Second, people. And third, economics. These three pillars make a successful business. On this note, uh, this is the next slide talking about the upcoming challenges. This might be an IT manager thinking about the digital economy, where like we have to cater new demands of IT. Because if you see in even if you compare the eras which are available in front of us, back in, if we talk about like not even much more, if we talk about like last 5 years, okay, how drastically the IT has changed. Okay, we have an example over here in front of us. Because of this pandemic running on, we have much of the employees working from home, much of the students taking an advantage of digital learning experiences. Many of the organizations have started like VoIP calling, and they have enhanced their approach. Many of the companies have gone global as well, because they have a bigger infrastructure to cater. They can reach anywhere. So it's not like the same IT which we're talking about. And make a note of that it would be more changing. It would be still, there is plenty to come, and there would be a drastic change in upcoming eras. Okay, so in those changing economics, how the IT has to perform, how the IT has to respond. So maybe like the IT team is been uh, catering the information regarding the customer's experiences, how we can enhance our customer experiences, how we can deliver faster, how we can deliver the services faster to the customers. What new technologies should I be implementing to make those needs happen? How I can improve uptime and performance. if my how I can reduce my downtime and increase the performance of my infrastructure. What about the cloud migration, and what about the accelerated gap development, and what are the like the so new sources of data, how I can cater that? What are new sources of data? Maybe like the internet of things devices. IoT can be anything, like IP camera, like your VoIP phones, like your smartphones. Everything which is generating a data is your internet of things. So, what are the answers of all these challenges, all these pain points from the IT perspective? What are the if we hear some of the common business challenges from the customers, or the common objectives from the customers, what actually they want? They want business agility. Agility means speed, means that if they are launching some of the applications, or if they are launching some of the branches, for example, if they are launching for if we talk about schools, if we talk about healthcare, if we talk about retail, if we talk about any sort of other business oriented areas, everybody has to go for a good business agility. So the most common objective is that I need to improve the business agility. Means that I need to provision my applications faster to improve the customer experience. I also want to simplify my IT, because I don't want many of the complexities sitting in my data center, which I need to, which I'm facing a trouble to manage. Okay, so I need a simpler IT. I need I things very much. I need things very much simple, in which I have a single pane of glass and I can see everything happening in my data center, and everything should be in my control. This brings to our third point, which is like proper control. Proper control, I am worried about the ability to control the performance, security, compliance. Control is not only the managing the data center, it's more about like controlling the performance, provisioning the applications, or maintaining the compliances where my data is, and either it is on a public cloud, either it is on a private cloud, or either it is lying hybrid. So if it is lying hybrid, so where what is the optimum place for my data to sit in, or what is the optimum place for my applications to sit in? So all those sort of economics. And when we talk about economics, it always comes across the lower IT cost. So everything is gone down on the cost now. So people also think that I need to lower my IT cost. I want simplicity, I want business agility, proper control, and plus I also want to reduce my cost. Okay, ideal scenario for these days. Huh? So the thing is that how I can lower my IT cost, I need to align our cost with the business benefits, so that now the IT managers, or the IT team is no more the cost centers. They are the business innovators now. They have to show their value, that if I am running the IT infrastructure, so this is the business value which I am bringing into the table. So this is the research from Deloitte. If you see at the bottom of the presentation, which says that this is the source of this 61% which is coming up. To meet these needs, what needs? The needs which we have discussed in the previous slide. To meet these needs and get everything as a service, 61% of the companies are accelerating innovation by moving into everything as a service. This is as per the Deloitte research. How are they going to do that? We have pay only for what you use models. We have scale as you need, business agility, choice of flexibility, simplify operations, and speed time to market. What are these things? Actually, when we talk about in meeting the objectives, those four objectives which we discussed in the previous slide, what we need to do actually, we have a solution which would enable you to pay only for what you use. That means it's a service. That means that you are only paying what actually you are consuming. You in this particular case, you are saving your over provisioning cost. Then scale as needed. That means that you have to only scale when you need actually scaling. You don't over provision. For example, like if you talk about storage, or if you talk about servers, okay, if we talk about other IT infrastructure, don't over provision and keep those devices available in your data center and keep paying for that, even though you know that that you might need those devices. You might, in fact, you if the requirement comes in, then you need those devices, but you have already paid for that devices, and those devices are sitting in your data center doing nothing. So this is what our motto is: to scale when needed. Okay. Third and important thing is increase business agility. When you have to provision your applications, when you still feel the need that you have to provision some of the resources, so you have the bandwidth to quickly provision those resources. This is how you are increasing the business agility. If business demands that I need to launch two applications, okay, so the CEO would see to the IT team that do we have a bandwidth to launch those two applications? Do we have those resources of storage and servers or database or some web applications? If your answer is yes, then you are at the right increasing business agility platform. Choice of flexibility. Choice of flexibility is very much important and can be very good understood by those who have an experience in public cloud. In public cloud like AWS, Azure, or GCP, okay, you don't know where your application is residing. Okay, you only just see an interface. If you talk about AWS, you only see the interface of EC2. You don't know what is the backend hardware you are running on. So you actually have the choice and flexibility, because you, in this particular case, if you're talking about the infrastructure which is in your data center, which is on premises, you know that this is my choice of hardware, this is my flexibility. So I want actually what hardware, so I have that particular hardware in my data center. So this is how I'm simplifying my operations and also increasing time to market, speed time to market. So this is how I am meeting my objectives. We'll see in these slides in further more details. Consumption based IT offers a better approach. How? The question is how consumption based IT is offering a better approach. The answer is it would give you faster value. It would give you fuel innovation. It would give you cloud economics and proper control. Faster value means that you can accelerate application services and deployment, and fuel innovation means that it would free up the IT staff, and it would give you it would allow the IT staff to invest their information, to invest their time more into other best innovations. It would give you cloud like economics. The beauty of the cloud is that they have no upfront capital, and there is no over provisioning, and there is a variable cost. What if I say that we are bringing all those goodies of cloud economics into your data center, and you would be enjoying cloud like economics in your private cloud? So that means that you are paying as you go. You are having no upfront capital, and you are paying on the variable cost, like means whatever you are consuming, you are paying for that only. So all those economics available in your data center. Then also, if I say that you can also be able to have a proper control. Proper control means that you can manage your performance, you can check your latency, you can check your risk, you can check your cost. How are we going to do all those things? Before jumping to the exact solution which I'm talking about, this is the last slide, which says that monetizing the existing value of fund innovation. That means that exact value from the existing legacy infrastructure through the new investment, and accelerate transaction which supports the production of data security and environmental regulatory risk as well. That is also included. So the solution which I was talking about is known as HPE Green Lake. What actually HPE Green Lake does for you? HPE Green Lake would give you, first of all, self-service experience, pay as you go model, like pay what you use only, and it is completely managed by you, means it is under your control. Remember that the legacy infrastructure of a private cloud, which every layer of application is in our control. If we want that these applications would be straight, would be kept away from the internet, yes, we can do that. If we want to just have some sort of firewall, yes, we can do that. So the thing is that manage your applications is under your control. Whereas in public cloud, your application is just sitting next to internet. Okay, there are like a lot of restrictions, lot of security, which is not exactly in your control. They say that it's a shared security model, right? So the all the economics of a private cloud, but the terms and all the goodies of cloud economics are there present in the HPE Green Lake solution. That means that you are building your data center, but without any upfront cost. You are building your data center, but you are only paying for what you are using. You are building your data center, but you are only paying some monthly invoicing rather than full capex solution. So this is a full OPEX solution, uh, available as a pay as you grow, all self service. Okay, the infrastructure which you are already aware of, the infrastructure which you already know, but the only thing is that it is available as a service to you. How are we going to do that? Before jumping on how we're going to do that, I'll just share you this particular slide which shows you what currently workloads are available in the Green Lake umbrella. By the way, this particular presentation is a bit old, and now we have increased the number of workloads from this. So it's currently, just to give you a high level idea, we can give you, if you need a storage, if you need a compute, if you need virtualization, high performance computing, backup solutions, private cloud, SAP HANA, composable infrastructure, or databases. Plus, we can also give you Azure on premises. We can have some other solutions of a cloud like solutions available. All those things, and plus then day to day basis, it has been increasing in the Green Lake platform. The beauty of the solution is that we would be also providing you free of cost the metering software which is known as consumption analytics portal. That is included free of cost as a part of a solution. This metering solution is tailored and customized to your need, and it would give you a proper granular access, granular visibility on whatever workloads which you are using, and it would also give you the not even the cloud like economics, but also it would give you a proper forecasting that in future what would be your consumption, and what would be your billing depending on that. So at the bottom, if you see, it is by metered by GB, core, compute nodes, software. Depending on what solution which you are using, the metering unit of measure can alter on basis of that. So the point is, how are we going to do that? This is the overall structure of the idea of the Green Lake. We take a business application, okay, and we forecast the capacity. For example, like a healthcare industry is launching one application. For that application, the IT manager forecasts that I need 10 TB of storage, okay, and might be like two servers. One might be a database server, and one might be a hosting server. So to in order to meet that, uh, he has forecasted a capacity. So what we are saying, that instead of 10 TB of storage, the 10 TB of storage might be utilized in the time span of 5 years. So what we are saying, that why we are buying 10 TB for now, that we know that this 10 TB would be utilized in the time span of 5 years. So we say that what is your day one requirement? So day one requirement might be somewhere around like 3 TB or 4 TB. Okay, so we say that you just have to eliminate the over provisioning, okay, and buy 4 TB for now. On top of that 4 TB, we would be adding somewhere around local buffer of 10%. Local buffer means that this buffer would be present in your data center and can be utilized if you have some sort of peak demands. So by combining your forecasted capacity and your local buffer, you'll have the complete picture in your hand. That means that you are ready to for any challenges if if you have some spike demands, so you are ready for that. You have a local buffer, and meanwhile, just keep in mind that this local buffer would not be charged. It would be present in your data center. The resources would be presented. It would be kept in your data center, and would only be invoiced if it is consumed. For example, like if you have a peak demand, so you can use a local buffer. You'll be charged if you use the local buffer, and then when you have a decrease in demand, then again you would be having the charge only for the forecasted capacity. So this is the beauty of elasticity, which is like again a cloud like a feature, that you have an elasticity that if my demand shoots up in some areas, so I have to pay for only that particular time period. And when my demand again goes to normal, then I would be again I would be having a decrease in my cost in my unit price. So this is what we are saying, that pay only what you consume. This is very much important. So this is how the business application can be sized and to eliminate the over provisioning. We also offer solutions for that is right size pay per use solution. For example, if you are building some purpose built workloads like we discussed in the previous slide, that is virtualization as a service, database as a service, compute as a service. So this is the purpose built workload, means that we also include all software element in that as well, storage as a service. Okay. And in addition to that, we also have Equinix and Cyrus One as our co-location providers, in which if you want to co-locate your data center, if you want to build a DR site, so we can also have the co-location and quick access capacity available as well. So how the Green Lake can help to our customers? Now we have in the previous slide we have seen that what actually the solution is, and how the Green Lake is been introduced, and how the pay-per-use model works. Okay, so remember those 4 points which we discussed as an objective in the beginning of the presentation. That was business agility, simplify IT, lower cost, and greater control. So how Green Lake addresses all these objectives of a customer? If we talk about business agility, so Green Lake provides capacity ahead of demand. Remember the buffer which we talk about in the last slide. So we have a capacity available ahead of demand. That means that if you have a peak of a season in which you know that your demand would be increasing, so don't worry, you will be having a buffer available in your data center, and it can be used whenever you want to use it, and you will be charged only when you use that. Simplify IT, offloading the heavy lifting from your IT, and takes the routine IT task free up. Means that your IT staff would not need to worry about any sort of operations, or still working for just to keep a light on. Okay, so that would be completely taken by HPE or different partners, whoever would be in the available in the solution. So the thing is that customer would be enjoying simplifying IT, and plus lower the IT cost. Means that if you remember, I gave the example of the healthcare, in which you need a 10 TB of storage, but you are purchasing only 4 TB for now. And on top of that 4 TB, you are also having a buffer as well. Okay, and gradually if your demand increases, okay, so gradually you reach to 10 TB mark, and so pay only for that. Why paying 10 TB at day one? So this is how we are lowering the IT cost, by reducing the over provisioning. Greater control. Obviously you will be having a greater control because you choose your technology. Either you want to go with 3 power, either you want to go with nimble, or whatever infrastructure which you are familiar with, you can have a greater control with that. And that's why you can control your risk, because deployment on premises or at the edge is in your hand. So just to check graphically what we have learned up till now, this is the traditional buying behavior, or traditional utilizing behavior of any organization. Means that the demand fluctuates, it comes down and it goes up and it comes down. Over the time span, this is one of the XYZ industry which has consumed the IT resources. Okay, now how they purchase the IT resources. This is the purple line shows how they purchase the IT resources. That means that they know that they are having some stringent procurement cycles of 3 months or 4 months. Okay, so what they do, is that just see the gap between this green line and purple line. It's huge in the start. That means that they have procured with heavy over provisioning so that they can survive for at least 2 or 3 years, so that they can reach that particular purple mark. So the time which green line meets the purple line, that means that now they have to purchase. They have to make another purchase decision. They have to make another transaction, and meanwhile they decide for the procurement cycle goes on, the green line surpasses purple line. That means that there is a time where you are in danger that your resources are shooting up and still the procurement is yet to happen. Then you again make a good transaction, and still the cycle goes on. So what we say, that we actually uses this particular model, in which we say that you have the regular buffer available in your data center, and that particular buffer is aligned with your resources, is aligned with your requirement, so that you would be always having a capacity ahead of demand. Plus, the most important thing over here is that these savings, if you see that we have only purchased for what we are actually using. So we are saving, because there is a huge gap between this green line and the purple line. Green line is actually your usage, your forecasted capacity, and which you are. So we are just saying that only pay for the green line. Okay, why paying for that purple line? And this is how we maintain the capacity ahead of demand. And this would, again, 50% of experiences shows that the downtime of the capacity and slow the performance and planning. And this is the minimum commitment level, or the minimum baseline level, which you feel that at least minimum I would be using this much of capacity. So this is how, after understanding it graphically, we say that all our those four objectives which we see in the beginning of the presentation has been met. And this is not what we are saying. This is a research done by the third party. It says that 30% of capex saving is due to eliminating for the over provisioning. So we have seen that 30% of the organization have saved their capex saving by reducing the over provisioning cost. 65% of these organizations have shortened the time to deploy the global IT projects. So the project which has to be deployed, they can deploy very fast. For example, we took an example of that application of the healthcare industry. So if they would be having, uh, this might be a very good competitive advantage, that if you are on the Green Lake model, so you can quickly provision, and from your competitor of in the healthcare industry. So you can say that, yeah, yes, I can provide because I have the resources available ahead of demand, so I can like utilize the new application coming on, or I have sufficient resources to cater my different branches coming up. Then we also see that 44% of the organization has less time spent keeping lights on. That means that they have freed their IT staff, and have seen that those IT staff have a different sort of projects, and they have came up with different innovations and different ideas. 40% have increased in the IT team productivity by reducing the support load, because now they just have they don't just have to look after the support only, because this particular thing can be taken care by HPE directly. So 40% increase in the productivity which has been seen due to this particular factor. This consumption-based analytics portal, which I have also told in the other slide as well, that this particular model, or this particular portal is available, included in the solution. It's a part of a solution. There is no separate licensing, no separate cost, or no anything required for this particular portal. What actually it would give you? It would give you visibility that would be at a very granular level, and it would give you detailed visibility into usage and cost with personalized dashboard and self-service reporting. It would give you a proper control which manages the cost. We have budget alerts and customizable insight, so you have a proper control. And if you have a proper control, then you can also have a capacity planning that ensures that you have the capacity you need for your workload, and plus you would also able to forecast your capacity. And if you have those all those data with you, so you can also optimize it. That delivers the insight to optimize the usage and cost. So if you optimize your usage, you can also bring down the cost. So it all depends upon how you use that, how you are more visible to your resources, and how you can optimize that, so you can bring down the cost very easily. So all this complete solution. Now the point comes in: why HPE? Why not other vendor? We are there into the market, having these Green Lake solutions available for more than a decade now. We have a lot of experience in consumption base, and we are the only vendor with true consumption based offering available into the market, with a proven recorded servicing available. We have a huge team of point next and a data center level engineers which are ready to serve for each and every brand available in our ecosystem. We have global expertise, we have industry leading, we have a very good financial strength, and we have a very rich partner ecosystem, which have partner ecosystem means we have different vendors like we have VMware, we have Oracle, stuff like that. That can be easily supported. We can also have like Nutanix, and so we can provide you a very rich partner ecosystem available. And we have a very strong benchmark, over 25,000 experts available worldwide, and we are having a presence of more than in 80 countries. And we have strategic investment in many of the like for example Cloud Cruiser, CTP, etc. And we have a multi-vendor expertise. And with this message that Antonio Nori says that everything would be as a service offering from the HPE side, HPE is very much focused and in delivering the words and in delivering the solution, and we have also seen that in many of the opportunities which we are working on, people are demanding for as a service models or Green Lake models available. So moving forward, we have discussed this slide earlier as well, that what we have to offer when we talk about Green Lake. We have like different workload options available. We have the storage, we have compute, virtualization, private cloud, backup, HPC, and there are much more coming up. There are much more, for example, like GCP has been added, and like there are like other options available. Nutanix also has been added, and there are like multiple options of when we talk about the HCI solution, the SCI solution, VDI solutions. So other upcoming slides are just a description or the details of each and every workload which we have to offer, starting from the intelligent platform which aligns the business with when we talk about the storage. So storage steady in its performance tuned pay per use. Storage is the most common use case. For example, like if you are having a customer who needs a storage of a mission critical or a general purpose workload, or storage for backup, and they want the consumption based model, that they want to utilize storage on per GB basis, and have some sort of OPEX pricing on monthly cost. So we can offer them the HP 3-power Nimble, Store Ones, Primera, all storages, all flash or standard flash, general storage, all available in consumption based billing. And we also have active capacity management solution as well. This active capacity is basically if you need HPE team to come up and check the actual usage and give you the review or the reports and all, and what actually they require, so we can do that as well. We have integrated systems, we have performance tuned optimization, and optionally operated by you means like optionally operated by the partner. Or if you want, we can also utilize HPE expertise to design, implement, train for faster time to value. Then we have flexible compute as well. When we talk about the compute, we have as in pay per use, we have all our Synergy and ProLine series available. We also have a software which is called HPE OneView, and all everything is available at consumption based billing. We have security innovations as well, and optionally operated by you means optionally operated by partner, or if you want, HP expertise can also be entertained over here. Then we talk about virtualization. So currently we are having virtualization platforms which are VMware based. Either we talk about traditional, either you talk about HCI solution, or either you talk about the consumption based, or the composable infrastructure. So we can have a combination of SimpliVity, 3 PAR storage, and we have VMware licensing as well available. All everything is available on a consumption based offering, and obviously you can operate by yourself, or you can take HP expertise to operate on your behalf. When we talk about the high performance computing comes up when there is a like a dense compute environment, more like a graphical, like performance intensive workloads are required. So we have the dense performance architectures, or dense compute architectures, which are known as Apollo clusters. All Apollo clusters are fully available in the Green Lake portfolio. So that can also be utilized. HPC infrastructure software is also there. Everything is available on a consumption based offering. It can be used by HPE and by the partner itself. We can also have Microsoft Azure Stack. Azure Stack is the one of the example of the hybrid cloud in which we have the stack on premises. So we can have a complete Azure Stack available on premises, instead of upfront payment. You can go as a consumption based billing. Monthly billing is there in the OpEx model. We can have a single vendor support, in which people might be coming up and asking about the single vendor support. Means that they can come up with, either they want to go on Microsoft, either they want to go with HPE. So they would be having a single vendor support. They don't want to go with multiple vendors to raise a support case. So that can be also done. Everything would be covered on a consumption based billing as a service options, and expertise would be there if you want to implement, or if HPE wants to implement, so and train your staff. Then we have composable infrastructure. Composable infrastructure, we have industry leading HPE Synergy Blade systems that are available as a composable infrastructure, which is known as a template based, or code as a service, or we can say that it is a blade infrastructure with fluid pool of resources available. So all this complete composable IT infrastructure is available as a consumption based pay per use offering, with active capacity management as well if you want. And you can use HP expertise available. So you have engineers who can install, who can operate on your behalf, or the partner can do that. And we also have database as a service. Like, this is a very common use case in which people want to back up their data. So they can come up with the backup servers and backup software of their choice, or this is the database as a service. The backup is also another point. So I'll just cover this first. So if you talk about the database as a service, so we have different servers available of Proline series. We have a database of the choice. We have Microsoft SQL. We have Oracle, and everything is available as a consumption based billing. Then we have SAP HANA. So this is the memory intensive services available. So this is SAP. The ERP is a industry leading memory database, which is available as a cloud like economics. So it is like a pay per use model available. So we have a specific expertise in SAP HANA engagements. So we have designers, we have implementers, and we can also train the staff to operate on SAP HANA. Then the backup which I was talking about, the backup which we have, we can provide you backup servers, we can provide you the secondary or backup storages. We have a specific storage known as HPE Store Ones, which is like industry leading for the backup because of its proprietary catalyst and industry leading compression and deduplication rates. We can have virtualized or physical or cloud backups. We can have a test dev environment or DR side environment. All the offerings are available as a consumption based billing. So at the summary, what we were saying that the four important objectives which we discussed in the beginning of the presentation, how to get the most of the hybrid cloud. This is the only thing which we can say that an HP Green Lake can provide pay only for what you consume with the technology which is on premises. It means that you are getting all those cloud economics, all those cloud like features, all those cloud like goodies available in your data center. That means now your private cloud is more like is more like a public cloud. So there is a hybrid cloud which is the combination of public cloud and private cloud where the Green Lake fits in. Okay, that would give you your private cloud means your data center. Your data center would would be on cloud like economics. So it would give you faster value, it would give you simplified IT, it would give you proper control, and obviously cloud-like economics. Because there is no capital expenditures, no over provisioning, only the variable cost is there. You will have you have a proper control by managing your performance, latency, risk, and you are having simplified IT because your IT staff is free, and everything is being taken care by either partner or by the vendor. Or you also have a faster value because you are accelerating the app and service and deployment because the capacity ahead of demand is already available. So this is it from my side. So I am definitely there to answer all those questions which are there. So obviously feel free to just write into the chat box whatever question which you have. And you would also be getting the presentations, so don't worry. We would be sharing you the presentation as well. As I get the list of attendees, I will be definitely sharing the presentation as well, and you would obviously getting the links. So if you want to go through any specific point, so you can. You already have my email addresses. So if you still have any queries, or if you want to still have a call or some chat with me, so just drop me an email. I would be in touch with you guys. Thanks for the call and support. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so thank you very much for joining. I am definitely thankful for everybody who joined. There are like a lot of attendees here, and obviously very looking forward to definitely have a very good business opportunities with all of you.